This week on Jerkin Around. Should we change the title?
Wait, what?
I'm just thinking about it.
No.
Because when I tell people it's weird, jerking off, jerking around.
Yeah, it's
fine. Yeah, the kids, we're not catering to kids.
Yeah.
But this week, we talk about some funny stories from Teisha and I's trip.
Yep.
About
marriage.
Miss Teisha.
Miss Teisha and
marriage,
bad
divorce.
mouth.
We talk a little bit about divorce.
Yeah.
Barely. But a little bit. And then supporting your husband.
Yeah.
And Crystal's goals for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teisha has none again,
nope. But I'm gonna nail them.
All right. So funny. Yeah, listen around. I was trying to get your big laugh out.
No, I can't do it from like I did the big laugh though when we were talking about now Miss Teisha's just like I was laughing so hard.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
All right. Do I say anything?
Oh my God, we're just being normal.
Oh, jerking around.
Do you want to get your headphones?
Crystal takes her shirt off. Stick around. Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Jerkin Around. A podcast with Teisha and Crystal. Maybe we're meant to be on video. Is this on? Is this live?
Yeah.
Are we color blocking today?
I know. We're like the same. This was like dirty. I picked it off my floor because I just didn't have the energy to find something else. So it's great.
Yeah. How's my hair too? I didn't even do anything to it. I didn't even look in the mirror. Is it really bad? Should I
no,
put it up?
not at all. I actually feel like you don't even need it done.
I'm going tomorrow.
That's so funny.
There's something about it.
Yeah.
That I can't explain it.
Yeah. It does look longer though. That longer is back.
The longer is back. Yeah. So I went, we can't chit chat.
We can't talk.
Okay, so I gotta get to Regina. Okay, live, action. Welcome back. It's just us.
Just us today.
Just Teisha and Crystal.
I know.
Guys, so what we're striving for is every other.
Yeah.
Maybe every two, because we know we've gotten some feedback that our listeners, some really like the guests, some really don't. It's just Trisha.
Okay.
Some like the guests, some don't. So, oh well, we really like the guests, actually.
Well, I feel like people get sick of just hearing from us. It's like these two again.
Yeah,
know?
the same story. Oh, they traveled, blah, blah.
Yeah, like, oh, she did her back handspring, you know?
Who's back handspring?
Like the back handspring story. Like, oh, she's dressed like a lesbian again, you know? Oh, wait, where were we this weekend when I was telling someone that my type? And then it was like weird because it wasn't like the right crowd. And I was like, yeah, that's my type, like of girl. And then I was all, well, this is getting weird. Dang, where was it? It was just recently. Was it my sister? My sister's here. But like I was talking and I was like, yeah, I like and then it was kind of weird.
Yeah, like why are you talking about your type?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah, it was. And I was all, well, this is awkward. Oh, dang
Just
it.
the jerkies know.
Yeah.
That's what is nice. When I listen to Giggly Squad, they're like, Paige just did e-news for the red carpet, and she was talking about how there was gigglers in the crowd and it gave her confidence. And I was like, that's stupid. And then I saw someone this weekend that ran into us, and he was like, I listen, and I was all, so I said the guy, you know.
Yeah, it does keep
I felt all and then I was somewhere. Oh my gosh, we do Shine. I was telling you about this. We do Shine at my house. It's like a women's, what would you call it, Bible study?
Kind of like a Bible study,
but not a Bible study.
Like a worship and message.
Worship message night.
Like a little mini church service.
And Erin does a great job. She's someone on our list that we want to have on.
Yeah.
But I get to host it and I play the music. Well, on my phone, our good friend's best friend just passed away. Yeah. And so she was going through, I'm getting the roll my pants.
No,
you know?
There's no.
Well, it's what's happened. No, it's the roll of my pants.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah.
Anyways, so.
You jerk off?
So I shouldn't say that. I'm going to be nice to Teisha. Linda's always concerned that you're getting abused.
Well.
No, so I have my phone on the screen, and my friend sends this picture of a girl in a dress, and she's like this, and it's just a nude thong. So while we're getting ready for the worship music, it looks like there's this naked girl on the screen, right? So I don't know what's happening. They're like, oh! I'm like, sorry.
It's like the worst crowd.
Then there's like a picture of two of us tackling these guys in college at Lake Havasu, which
we know what goes on there.
That's enough. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyways, there's quite a few people at Shine that listen. So I was like, I had to speak. Erin asked me to speak a little bit. And I was like, luckily some of you know me and know that I'm so I had some jerkies in the crowd, and I did feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they know that I'm naughty. I don't have to pretend that I'm not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
I
kind
do
of nice.
love the jerkies, and when I see them, I feel like it's unspoken.
They know my life.
We get each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last night I was like,
Yeah.
Tommy knows about our cracked pool.
People know about Chevys, and they still like me. It's
And
a
then
little like
Kyle was there, and Tommy was like, Kyle, you were really hungry last week because when Allie was here,
yeah, and he's all, are we going? Yeah,
it was great.
I do.
So
yeah.
I agree, Paige DeSorbo.
Yeah, I do love I like seeing the jerkies in real life and feeling like I feel like
Yeah, they know me.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
they
does
know.
give you a
I've
little,
cried
like-
about my dad to them, you know?
Yeah,
And then they know, like, the beginning episodes are pretty graphic about, like, I said a lot of things.
yeah.
I forget I've said all that. But when my mother-in-law says she won't be a guest on this
It's awkward.
podcast,
No. Well,
I'm like, that's why. Because I said a lot of naughty
we were at
things.
baseball yesterday, and I was talking to a mom there, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forget something happened talking about tomorrow. And I go, well, I got to record in the morning. And then she goes, record what? And I go, oh, my podcast. And she goes, wait, you have a podcast? And I really love this mom. I don't know if you're listening.
She
but
says that because there's
Yeah.
few people she really loves.
True. So anyways, so I was like, oh, yeah. And she's like, oh, my gosh. So she pulls it up, and she's all, what's it called? And I'm all, Jerkin Around. And she's all, okay. And she's like really, like, she's amazing. She's like, I feel like more on the like,
Conservative.
yes. And so she's like, okay. And so she's pulling it
It's
up.
all E.
Yeah. And then I was all, maybe start. She's like, which one should I start at? And she knows Julia. I was like, oh, you could start with Julia. Or I would start at the beginning, maybe like episode 2, because there are some inside jokes that carry.
Yeah,
And like,
you'll be left out.
yeah. And she's like, okay. But then I was all like nervous. I'm all, she's going to know about like Chevys, you know? Like, I'm like, and then it's just awkward. Like, I see her at baseball every weekend, and I'm going to be all, you're picturing Ben and I. So she was like asking me all these questions. She's like, so is Ben like, because she's like, what's it about? So I was telling her, and then she's like, so Ben's just like okay with that? Because like Ben seems kind of private. I'm like, yeah.
Ben's been on.
I'm like, I don't think Ben really knows though, like the extent of it, you know?
Yeah, it's probably.
I go, but I always text Dana after, like, I'll be like, he's so annoying. Like, oh, I can't stand him. And then, like, 2 days later, I'm all, Dana, can you cut that? You know? Because, like, I'm like, he's not going to like that. But it was funny. But it was, like, really funny trying to explain to someone, like, you know? And then I did get embarrassed. I was all, ooh. I like when they just do it on their own and then don't bring it up to me.
No, but you do like when they bring it up.
Yeah, but some of the things, if I think about it,
Yeah,
the
I do
fact
that
of
too.
someone knowing Chevys is like so uncomfortable. You know?
Yeah.
But it's fine.
I don't. They know that we are like a banana split kind of girl.
Yeah, true.
Like no one thinks I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, no.
They're like, she's a rodeo queen.
Yeah.
You know? We're trying to save one marriage at a time.
Yeah, that's
Get
what
back
I
on
told
the
her. I
horse.
go, it's for married women.
It is.
Yeah.
Some of my cheerleaders listen. I tell them not to, but you can't stop them. There's some good messages.
Yeah.
Tithing, God, don't have sex till you're married. But one of them has begged me like 3 times to mention her.
Oh,
So
who is
hi,
it?
Becca.
Becca?
She
Shout out.
thought we were recording Friday because we were supposed to. And so she texted me, don't forget, like, a thing, like, shout out. you
Yeah.
know? And I was like, I'm sick. We record Monday. I got you, Becca.
Yeah.
So hi, Becca.
Hi, Becca.
You shouldn't be listening about this
Don't
sexual
listen.
stuff.
Yeah. Earmuffs, Becca.
Yeah, I am a high school coach. So this is for, the parents can listen.
Yeah.
And no, they got to get on the horse.
Yeah.
But only get on the horse if you're married. If you're not married, get off the horse. Don't let them
Save those rides.
saddle up unless she gives you a ring.
Yeah.
You're getting nowhere with the saddle.
No.
No.
No saddle.
He can saddle everyone. Don't make your saddle different. Be it a suede saddle, not a sparkly one.
Yeah.
Don't,
An expensive saddle.
yeah, a custom saddle.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't be one of those ones like the free horseback riding, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no. No, we had an appointment the other day and I'm on the phone with her and we're driving there and she's all
Yeah, the day
And
she
I'm
told
all-
me to push through.
And
so
I was
rude.
all, should we maybe like reschedule? No.
No,
It was fine.
I know, you gotta be careful though. You and Kyle I can't believe you haven't gotten it.
I don't feel like I get sick very often. I had the kidney and I got sick around then, but I feel like once a year, maybe a little bit, but
I get sick all the time. And my kids, we're very healthy.
Kidney, by the way.
So here.
it's good. So far, so good.
All right, let's talk about your skin.
Okay.
Because it does look so good.
Dana
what-
noticed.
Well, I noticed.
Crystal noticed this weekend, so that's when you noticed.
2 weekends ago now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's shiny. So Amy,
We talk about Amy, drink
I don't
the water.
know if Amy's a jerky, but I think she listens sometimes.
She does listen sometimes. I don't know if you have to, not everyone's a jerky. If you've listened to a few episodes, you're not a jerky.
A jerky's like a diehard
or every other.
Yeah.
Like Kara, my sister-in-law, she's dropping off. She said the break really affected her. And she is forgetting to listen.
Well, I think in life you get busy. But anyway, so Amy does my skin
I haven't
now.
been listening as much.
So
too.
she's really helped me, and it's very hydrated. Yeah. And so Crystal, so anyway, so this weekend we're in Vegas. We spent the whole weekend together. Oh, we got to tell about Trisha. Oh yeah. So we're like,
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm feeling better, but this is why I didn't want to record on Friday when Teisha told me to push
lots of coughs. Yeah. So anyway, so this weekend, Crystal's like, your skin looks so good. I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, no, like it's looking really good. And I was like, oh, was it looking bad? Thinking she's gonna say no. And she goes, well. And I was like, wait, what? She goes, it was not looking good. Just like, what were you saying?
Can we say that thing though about that?
Oh, the Ozempic. Yeah, because like Ozempic.
We have never said that Teisha's, I think it's relatable. So many people are doing it.
Yeah, so I did it at a point.
When she first lost weight.
For a few months.
It wasn't long. Yeah. It was like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, you wean on and then you wean off. So.
But I don't think it was more than 6 months total.
No.
Unless you're still on it.
No. I mean, would I have this face if I did?
That's one of those moments you look like an idiot.
What?
Like,
shiny.
Oh, I thought you meant like round.
No, the shiny, hydrated.
She was thinking her face is rounder.
It does look rounder,
no,
but yeah.
But like, you know.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the shiny.
Yeah, okay.
So she basically told
there
me
is
when
like
I
an
was...
Ozempic face. Have you seen?
There
It's
is.
like it's like
there's a whole thing.
Yeah, it like you lose so much weight so fast that your face kind of
And I think something
sags.
else does about it, because it doesn't look good. Well,
You
like,
don't look healthy and thriving.
on myself, I thought it looked great, but on others, I see it and I can tell right away. I'm like, oh, they look like gaunt,
Gaunt.
but not in a good way.
Not like in a thriving way.
Not thriving. That's what she told me. I didn't look thriving.
No, it looked like, because I tried to tell her, and it's probably on the podcast, Jerkies, that people were worried about you. They kept saying, I'm really worried about Teisha. Your mom did pass around that time.
Yeah.
So you looked
like
like
a year
you were
ago.
struggling with it, you know, like, oh, you know, like,
Yeah.
they're like, is Teisha okay? She's lost a lot of weight. She doesn't look great. You know, like,
Yeah.
you looked more like,
And she said it was all dried up and shriveled.
I didn't say dried up and shriveled.
You basically said not hydrated.
Not hydrated is not dried up and shriveled. Like, it looked like not thriving.
Is it thriving now?
It's thriving. Like, you would look and go, you have great skin. You look like thirsty. So thirsty.
Like you just got a facial.
Yes. It looked like you needed Amy's drink of water.
Yeah.
Like,
I use the drink of water every day
You
now.
looked like so, like you were in the desert safari, you know?
Oh my God.
You know the people that have like the sun
Did you
skin?
notice that?
I didn't know. I noticed the difference now.
Yes.
I didn't notice. Like I would
Then.
never have looked then and been like, ooh, she's
Yes.
sickly.
But now you're seeing it
Differently.
Now
It's
I see
thriving.
how much you're glowing.
Thriving.
I feel like the glowing's because of Amy though, too.
It is, Amy.
Amy's really changed things for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do anything before. I was just washing and going on my way. So, so it was just
We
funny.
were crying because I was like, well.
Because it's so bad.
I know, but
She's
like, I'm a good friend and I like try to help her. I told her, go to Amy. Like, that was my way of.
But it's funny because it's like, and then she's like, see, I tell you, why don't you ever tell me anything?
She left me to look like an idiot wearing that blue shirt that day. And then like, I look at things, I'm like, why don't you tell me? Like,
I'm just not a teller.
but I'm like trying to help you. Like, I want you to thriving.
I want people to thrive too, but I'm not going to tell them when they're not thriving. Because like, it's just uncomfortable.
Well, and if they feel like they're thriving and you're like,
Exactly.
ooh, you're
Exactly.
Well, I didn't
looking
say
shriveled.
your face looked, I just said, why don't you go to Amy?
Yeah.
It really helped. And I knew if I told you it, like, you don't need Botox as much, that would make you go.
Yeah, yeah.
And it did.
Yeah.
And I knew. But I was like trying to help you.
Yeah.
But I didn't say your face looked not good.
Yeah.
I just said, go to Amy.
No, I do think though, it does have those people that do the semaglutide, they get it does give you a little, you know.
Well, you're not eating.
I feel like it ages you.
It ages. That's what it is.
That's what it is. It's not like, it's like it ages you. It looked like,
It's not like weight loss in a good
way.
in the face anyways.
No. I mean, no, even the body though, it's a different weight loss. Look, not
Well,
everyone
'cause you
gets
lose-
away with it
I think
equally.
you lose muscle, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I mean, hey, great, you know?
Yeah.
If it works, great. And it's healthier to be way less Like, so I'm not judging.
We're
it
not
whatsoever.
judging. I'm not, clearly. 'Cause
Me neither. I mean, you know, maybe get on it, you know?
that's so stupid.
No, but it's not that. It was just her face. So
Yeah.
this weekend it all came out that I thought that.
So I was like, well, thank you. What else have you been dying to tell me for 5 years?
I feel like I don't die
well,
to tell
it's
you.
always
I
after,
just tell you.
like after I change something, she's like, oh, way better. And I'm
The
all,
clothes, it wasn't after. It was during. I couldn't watch it anymore.
She was very vocal about the
Yeah, but I'm like trying to help you. So if I'm dressing like
Yeah.
an idiot, tell me, is this idiot?
No, but there is a hole in your pants.
Yeah, I know. I don't care. Is that bad? I should care.
Yeah, no. Just
Is it
maybe
weird?
If you, not right now, but if you go out the rest of the day.
Oh, I was wearing them all day and I knew about the holes. That weird? I'm like, oh well.
Just for unstaging is fine. But if you maybe go somewhere like else, I don't know.
So that's weird.
How big is
Kinda. I usually throw mine out when they get a hole.
Oh, I don't. They're $100.
You can take it back.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
I don't care. I don't think the hole's that weird.
I didn't see it.
It's just a little air. So it's weird. Okay, so anyways, going back to this weekend.
See, I'm
Last
telling.
weekend.
Look at me
Hold up.
telling.
But see,
Yeah.
I'm not offended at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But if like I just saw you and I was like, oh, you got a hole in your pants, you wouldn't be like, shut up.
No, I'd be
Really?
like, yeah, people say it to me all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I wear these pants, someone tells me about it.
Every time you wear them.
I'm wearing them all the time. Yeah, I don't care.
Multiple days.
Yeah.
I'm
they're
gonna
like, you
get
got a
some new
hole.
pants. Wait, we got to tell the story about Trisha.
Okay, so we were at cheer all
Wait a minute.
weekend.
Again, it's like a bad story about me. I feel like they're all like, bad stories about me.
That one reel is so funny about you. When you're talking about me and you on the podcast, and you're like, yeah, I'm just saying bed shovies, and you're telling like
yeah, it's all
motivational.
bad stories about me and Crystal's all. So when I was feeding the homeless last weekend.
No,
you know?
I had an eating disorder, all this
No.
weird stuff. People are like, that's weird.
No, everyone has things.
Yeah, go ahead though.
No,
So we were
tell it.
driving. This is why I telling you last week when I said I record, because you like my help sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
So
I was like, I
Trisha,
can't
tell
be
them
funny.
about Trisha.
Trisha's so nice.
We love Trisha.
Trisha's
I
our
don't
new
think she's
friend.
a listener.
We'll send it to
Yeah.
her. Trisha's really nice. No, I've told her about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's really nice. Where's she from?
Like
Nebraska.
a lot of places.
No, but her accent.
Oh, I don't know.
It's part
like
of it.
Southish. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, where are y'all staying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It goes with how sweet she is.
So sweet.
I found out she's my friend from college's sister-in-law, which is amazing. Very nice family. Their kids go to the Christian school.
Very just genuine, nice person.
Like probably
you
one of the
don't meet a lot
nicest
of
people
those,
I've ever met.
Yeah, not like how you would describe
No,
me.
not at all. She just texted us actually.
Teisha,
Where are y'all staying? She's so sweet. Her daughter's
She's
so
like-
sweet.
Like we went to New York for New Year's and she texted me, hope y'all had a great time in New York. Like she's just so nice.
So nice.
You
Like
know her from Cheer.
Cheer. She's a new friend. And we don't make a lot of new friends at
I
Cheer.
hate the new friends. She's
I
always
make a
making
few.
new friends.
Oh, why
I
don't you tell them what you said to me?
What?
This weekend. So we're staying at the same hotel, adjoining rooms. She has a car there. I don't. We're finished. We're at the competition with the team. She goes, hey, we're leaving. So you're going to Uber home? I'm like, that is so rude. You're my ride.
I know, it's like talking to everyone. And I just stand there awkward, like in the corner. They're probably like, who's this like idiot that follows Crystal around all the time? They probably don't know that she likes me just as much as I like her, if not more. No, I'm just kidding. Not more. But like,
Maybe more. When I've been sick, I call her, hey, are you looking for me? She's like, oh my God,
she was
get
home
better.
all day and she called me like 10 times. And I was all, maybe don't ever quit your job. Like, cause it was all,
Like some NyQuil.
she literally called me, she's like, you looking for me? I'm like, no. But that's when she gets bored, she sits around and thinks of things. I'm like, maybe don't
It's
ever
bad.
quit your job. Don't
Yeah.
ever be less busy.
But anyways,
this is why we
so she
can't
tells
be
me to
that
get my own
busy.
ride. This is one thing. I go,
No,
that's
no.
so rude.
First tell me why you said that. So she goes around talking to everybody.
Well, see, I'm on a different team now. We have one team together and one team. So I'm like making
she
new
made friends on this team
On the
that
new
I'm
team.
not on. Because
Yes.
Hudson is on a team not with Maddie and Ken.
Yeah, so I've made some new friends. And that's kind of what happens when I'm somewhere new. I'm making
So,
new friends.
I'm like-
So Trisha is my new friend from the new team.
So before Trisha though, so she's walking to people and she's like talking to them, yeah, buddies. And then I'm all like 3 feet away, just, I'm looking at my phone, I'm looking around. I'm like so awkward. They're all, who's this weirdo following Crystal
She could
around?
talk to him. She doesn't want to.
I don't know what to say. What am I going to
Really?
say? Oh yeah, good. I don't know. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. Great job out there.
I do
Or,
do
like,
that.
I'll try.
I'm like hugging everyone.
I'll try to have small talk and I'm all, so nice weather we've been having. Like, it's so bad. It's so awkward. And then they're all, yeah, and it's just, so I just stand there quietly in the corner, and then it's awkward. So, like, when they're on the, like, 12th and 14th and 15th person, and we're done, I'm like, let's...
Ken's like her, too. She's just
Ken's
ready to go,
well
too.
done. Yeah, she's the same
I
as
feel
me.
like Maddie and Hudson are a little both.
Hudson's
not-
more like Ken. Maddie's more like you.
Yeah. So they were both standing there.
So
I guess.
I'm like, so Ken's all, let's go. And I'm okay. You know, so I go to Crystal, I'm like, hey, we're going to get going. And she's like, you're leaving me? So she's yelling at me in the
Yeah,
thing.
like, it's like, hey, do you want to stay or do you want to come? We're going to leave. That would be more normal.
Yeah, but I do
it was
like Trisha. She made a new friend, Trisha, and I love her.
Trisha was asking me where we're staying, when we're leaving. I said, listen, Trisha, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
You got to meet Teisha because she knows
And you know what
everything.
I like about Trisha? She just got it. She had got the dynamic. There was no...
Yeah, you have to kind of get the dynamic to hang out.
And she just came right in the dynamic. Like, okay,
yeah, like
yeah.
Paige.
Like,
Paige just is like,
whatever.
you
Like,
can't get mad at us.
I don't want you coming in with an opinion. You know? There's no room for your opinion. We have it all down. If you're going to come along, you're doing it, what we're doing, or that's it.
Bagel Mania.
Yeah. So anyway, so
gotta
Trish
tell
is
them about
coming with
Bagel
us. So wait, we have a break in the competition, and Crystal's like, we got to go to Bagel Mania. It's this place her brother told her about.
So good. You got to go. If you're in Vegas, you got to go to Bagel Mania.
It's like an experience.
yes. Oh, we should
Siegelman's
post a
Bagel
picture.
Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seagulls.
Seagulls.
Siegelman is
Seagull.
also there.
Yeah.
Seagull.
Like, ah!
Siegelman.
Like a seagull. So we go to this place, and it was kind of hectic because it's real busy. We only have an hour.
One of those places, you know.
So
out the door.
First of all, let me tell
30
this
lines.
really quick leading up to it.
Oh my
Crystal's
gosh.
always on her phone, clearly. And so when I'm driving in a new city, I need some help because I'm always the driver. She's always the shotgun. And when we get into a new city, first of all, she made me utilize Apple CarPlay on my screen.
Oh, tell the story.
I will.
You're so rude.
So I used to just have it on my phone. And she was like, why don't you put it on your TV?
Apple CarPlay. Like,
And
she's driving, crashing.
And so I was like, so this is probably a year ago, right?
Yeah.
So I was
At
like,
least a year and a half.
yeah, maybe 2. So I was
'Cause it
like,
was new. Now
so
everyone knows.
I go, I don't even know how to get it on there. She goes, oh, let me show you, blah, blah, blah. So she gets it on. So then one day I'm driving somewhere and I can't get it off. I'm trying to turn the radio. I can't get to the radio.
It wasn't a big
I'm
deal.
not like tech savvy. So I was like so worked up. So I called her and I yelled at her. I do this to Ben all the time.
I'm walking into a listing appointment. We have quite a ritual before a listing appointment. We get there about 20 minutes early. We drive the neighborhood. We stop in front of the house. We pray. It's like a very
You're
calm.
with Regina, I think.
Yeah, and I have the thing. I like to be early. I like to pray. I like to be on my A game. Like, I'm a goof, but when it comes to work, I'm not goofy. So Regina and I are about to walk into this listing appointment.
And I call her.
She called me twice, so I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta answer. Well, we're
can't-
late, so I can answer.
And I'm all, hello? And I'm all, how do I get this damn Apple CarPlay off my phone?
You ruined my car. I'm sick of it. I
Yeah.
was like, she doesn't really yell at me either.
I was
That would be
raging.
more normal.
Yeah, I do that to Ben all the time. He'll be like in a meeting and I'm all, where's the volleyball? Like it's something, or where's the remote? Because he's always putting stuff weird places. And so I'll like call him and the poor guy, he probably gets like you. He's
Yeah.
probably like getting yelled at before his meeting.
Yes.
And, like, it affects him like it affects
I didn't
you.
get the listing,
So
and that
she
doesn't
didn't
happen
get
a
it,
lot.
that's why.
It doesn't happen a lot, and I'm not trying to be boastful. Like maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
didn't
don't
get the
think it
listing.
was related.
It was totally related. I was off the whole time. I was thinking I'm in trouble, and so anyways.
And Ben's like her, he doesn't like to be in trouble.
I hate
I'll
being in
call
trouble.
him yelling about something.
So I called her after the listing appointment, and I was like, that was so rude that you talked to me like that.
Well, I was like, don't put something on my phone, on my car, and then I can't get off. But anyways, now I've grown accustomed to the Apple Maps. So now I have it on. But sometimes it doesn't,
So funny.
if you're in a new
So
place,
stupid.
it doesn't update to like where to go.
Yes, it does. It fully does. I want to like stand up and be like, I work for Apple, and it 100% does. What happens is she thinks she knows better than Apple Maps, Google Maps, all of the maps. She
I
thinks
hate Google. I won't
she's
do
smarter than the map. That's the problem. So when we get into a new city, her and Kyle, they're the same. Maddie the other day, she's all,
Yeah.
it's like we're with dad.
Yeah, because I'm just like him.
So she wants me to put my phone down and be like, okay, we're in Vegas. What's the map saying? Or Apple Maps?
No, like when I'm supposed to turn, a turn's coming up.
tells you.
Say, hey,
It says
turn.
No, it does. It talks to her, but she doesn't listen because she doesn't trust it. So then she's making the wrong turn.
So wait, so we're driving back. We got Trisha in the car.
So I already know better. When we're in a new place, I gotta put my phone down and
Well, yeah, it's rude. I'm
No,
like, you're
it's
on your
not rude.
phone. I'm like, I'm not your freaking Uber driver.
Well-
like, help me. You know?
But in the city here in Phoenix, if I were to tell her where to go, she'd be like, "Shut up, you don't know anything."
I'd be like, that way's stupid. And
Yes!
I know where to go here.
She's
but
a know-it-all.
In a new place I don't know, and I need the help, and I need the map, and I need all eyes on deck. I need everybody quiet. And so we
It's like a whole
we have a full
thing.
car. We have 3 girls in the back. We have Trisha, and we have Maddie, and then we have Crystal and me. So we're trying to get back to the place, and I'm all stressed out, and all of a sudden, I missed the turn. So I don't even know how I missed it.
Again, we found the.
No, I'm like, what do I do? The turn's coming up, and I go, what do I do? What do I do?
Was tricky. It was one of
was
those
tricky.
that it's like saying to go on this exit, but it doesn't mean it. That one is that was tricky.
It was tricky.
So she'd
You know
already
who does
circled
that?
once. We were telling stories. She didn't like that I wasn't
And
tending
they're
to.
all like,
Laughing.
Their
yeah.
best life.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Trisha. So no. So we're getting.
And Maren's in the car, so I want to impress her with my driving. I want it to be like the best experience she's ever had. Like, this isn't efficient.
Maren is the kid.
This isn't, no, Maren, Trisha. Yeah. Trisha's Maren's mom. Trisha, I meant. I'm going to be so impressed by my driving. So, we're at the competition.
No, tell when Trisha gets in the car.
Trisha texted us, can I get a ride home? And I'm like, well, that's pressure.
Yeah.
I've got to make this a great experience. I like the temperature to be right in the car for everybody. I say, hey, you guys have your own controls back there. I'd be a great Uber driver.
Clean. It's clean when you get in.
I'd be a great Uber driver. I'd have mints. I'd have water.
So we get in the car. And we're like, so Trisha, because we're still getting to know her. We've hung out with her a few times, but not that much. So we went to Bagel Mania together. Then we're going home. She got in the car.
In the car. She
so
asked
I'm like,
for the ride,
Trisha, have you ever... Listen, hi Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Dana.
Hey.
Are you guys just talking?
Yeah.
We're recording, and we're...
Did you give a shout out? What is that?
Honey,
Yeah,
we're in the middle of a story.
Tommy, we did.
Okay, you're messing up our story. Oh my gosh, goodbye.
My gosh. Okay.
So anyways, so Trisha gets in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I've been telling everyone about the Paris Hilton book because it's so good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Trisha, have you ever read the Paris Hilton book? She's like, no. She's so sweet. She's like, no. Right now I'm reading, you know her voice.
She goes, well, I like memoirs. I'm reading this one about the very first evangelical woman, Christian pastor's wife.
This is Trisha. She's like very Christian. Her family's very Christian. We're very Christian too.
But we're reading
But
the
maybe
Paris
a little
Hilton
different.
book.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not, but she is.
The Paris Hilton book isn't bad.
No.
Anyways, so she's like,
That's a memoir.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was telling her. So she's like, it's the first, she started speaking for Christ.
Yeah.
This is what the conversation we're having. So sure enough, Tisha's
so
like,
I missed the turn, and
she's
now
like, gosh, I missed the turn. It's like
and I'm
getting
going,
where,
where do I go? Where do I go?
and it's getting where the kids are getting scared.
And I'm telling
It's
her,
not
where
the
do I
best
go? And it's stressful. It's high
and I'm talking, doing my talking, and she misses the turn.
for the second time.
So tell them what you said.
So I said,
You gotta be
no, I said, are you fucking kidding me?
like loud. Like, are you kidding me? The car's all.
It's all silent.
Yeah, and I am so sorry. Like, this is Trisha. She goes, oh, now ladies.
So she
Miss Tisha's just real frustrated now. Now, don't listen to that.
She turns to the kids behind her and she goes, now kids, Miss Teisha's just real frustrated right now.
And Teisha has this thing where she like doesn't get what's going on sometimes. So she's still mad. She doesn't hear Trisha say that.
I know this prick, like this guy is in my way. And I'm like so worked up. I'm so worked up.
It turned where I think she was like, oh God, these people are crazy. And I'm all, now she's sorry. She didn't mean that. And she's all, damn. Like she's still yelling. And like Ken's just all normal. Like no one's acting like it's a big deal. And I'm trying to pretend like this isn't normal. She doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, Crystal's like, I don't know. I've never
heard her say that, I swear. And she's all, now girls, Miss Tisha's just real frustrated right now. I know she shouldn't talk like that, but she just said the F word. And so she's all, damn. stop it. Like, she's still going. And I'm like, I'm really sorry.
It's like that episode of Friends where Phoebe's all beep, beep, like the Pac-Man, you know?
And it was like, Teisha was being all nice. The air is great. Let us know. And then she's all, and I think,
are you kidding me? And then I'm all this because I'm cutting him off. But it was so funny
we
because
were crying.
Crystal's telling, I didn't even hear her say, now kids.
Teisha's not reading the room. She has no read of the room. Like that.
Well, once
they were
I calmed
uncomfortable.
down and we got on the right road, I said, I'm sorry about it, you know? I said, I'm sorry that you had to hear that.
Sorry, there's a bunch of assholes
Yeah.
driving in Vegas.
But I
And
said, guys, I just got worked up and Crystal's trying to like cover
It was
for
like
me.
so weird. If I were in someone's car, because we were in this Uber earlier when we first got there. This guy picks us up. And this guy picks us up. It's me and Teisha and our three Carols. And it's all you, whore, you mother effer, I'll slap your A.
Yeah,
And
bitches all rapping.
yeah,
It was like the worst rap
music.
song.
We're all texting. I'm like, who plays this with kids in the car? Like, it was every bad word, every inappropriate, what
And
he's
I was
gonna
all,
do.
I can't believe him.
The
And
girls
then me,
text us from the back. It had help written.
like
in-
someone wrote it.
So we're scared to
Ken
death
was real scared.
in this Uber. And we're like, if he'll listen to this music in front of kids, he's going to take us. And he took us this weird way.
It was a
took
little
us an
sketch.
hour to get a mile. So anyways, so I'm like, she's probably thinking, who talks like that in front of kids? If you talk like that in front of kids, you're probably doing weird things at home. So then she invited Marin over and she wouldn't let her come. No, just kidding.
Wait, but I have something else to add that you don't know about. that I just thought of.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna cry, I'm crying. When we were at the cheer competition in Mesa, Ben was there, and I like said something naughty to him, and Trisha heard, and she goes, now you too. It was something naughty. Like, now later you're gonna get a spanking. And I just remembered, you don't even know this. I'm crying up tears. And now,
Are you kidding
I
me?
swear to God, and
Wait,
she
you
heard
whispered
it,
it?
she
Did
goes,
your kids hear?
No, it was just him and I, and she
How whispering if she could hear?
Well, I didn't whisper, but it was just us outside the competition. And then I was like, oh yeah, like later. And then she, like I do that to him sometimes. Like I give him a little, like, you know. And
No,
so
it's-
she heard, and she goes, oh, you too. And I was all, oh God. Well, then now this. She
Oh,
was
she's
just,
probably like-
Marin's never allowed at my house.
No, it was all, I swear I've never heard her talk like that.
And then Ken's all, yes, she does. And Maddie, and I'm all, shut up. You know.
It was so funny.
Oh no, but it was so funny because I didn't even hear her say, now kids, Miss Teisha's just a little frustrated.
Oh.
And then that night, Crystal and I are laying in bed. It's a little lesbian. But we were laying in bed just
We were
talking.
in the same room, just in the bed.
Like we're in different rooms, but I came to hers just to lay in there. And so, well, I first sat on the edge of the bed and she goes, come on, you can come right over.
Of course I said that. People think I like am in love
And
with
then,
you. Well, it was like, get cozy.
yeah, and then, but so she's
Well, we're
telling
not
me-
allowed to sit in Teisha's bed if we haven't showered.
I am very weird. And
So
is
in my
Ken.
bed, they're all allowed to get on.
Yeah, like I always shower before bed. It's a thing. No one gets in our bed. Ken is the same way. People come to her room. She doesn't want them in her bed. She made me get her a loft bed because then no one will go up on it. It's a whole thing. But no, so it was funny because so she's telling me the story and we were just crying because
Yeah.
I didn't even hear her say that. And she goes, no, I feel like she was trying to. She knew more was coming, so she was trying to
Like
prepare
prep the kids, like hold me if you need me, you know. Things might take a turn here. I need you. Oh, we were crying.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that was our best story, I think, from the weekend.
I know. It was a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember anything else.
I don't either.
We had like so many things. We were talking about the nuts and berries. We were talking about people though that want to get divorced. We were talking about that weekend because we have a few friends. And we were just talking about, we have a few friends that have been through divorce, and I would like them to talk about, you know, going through that. Because I think sometimes, not that we think it's easier, because I think sometimes we can't judge what it's like at home. I have a good friend that I wanted at the podcast too that just recently went through a divorce, and she sometimes says it's hard to be around like strong Christian women because she feels, she's a very strong Christian, she feels judged that she couldn't make it, not couldn't, that's the wrong word, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
And that's their own choice, and I think that is a stigma that maybe we're at times probably tone deaf to, because we are so pro marriage in these settings.
Oh,
but,
like people that have gone through divorce.
Yeah. Like, and how
we don't know what it's like to be in an unhealthy relationship, or
well, we do. We very much
unhealthy
do.
Marriage.
We didn't marry those ones.
Yeah.
We know
plenty
what it's
of experience in the unhealthy relationship department.
Yeah. But in marriage, and when it's time, and she was saying, this friend, about how their relationship was and how toxic it was and how it's better for her kids and family now that they're divorced, and not that we're promoting divorce, but also one of my very best friends is divorced, and I honestly think they're getting the best version of her and of him now, because it wasn't the best version, and there was things that happened in that marriage that are a reason to get a divorce. But I just think we don't know. I don't think a lot of people know. If you're married, you don't know what divorce is really like or what those hurdles are like. And then I think it would help you assess maybe if it's worth staying or not. Because I think what you think it is and what it really is can be different.
Yeah.
But I also think it's not anyone else's business to judge.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that I know, the topic always is, if your spouse cheated, would you stay? Like, you know, that's something I just don't know if I could. But I have so much respect for people that do. Because I do other things in marriage that are completely wrong. Like when I'm acting crazy.
Well, I think, and God, if God's the center and you both put God the center, then you can heal through pretty much anything. I think it's possible. People put the work in, you know? So it's possible to cheat or be cheated on and heal. But it's also, if you
I think that's amazing.
Then,
but I don't know if I could do it. I think I would just resent. I don't know. Anyways, we were talking about that and how, like, if you struggle getting along with someone now, how you still have to fix that relationship before you can co-parent. Because we've actually been working with a few couples that are in the midst of divorce at work.
Right.
We're still working, by the way. We never did quit. I never quit.
No. Busier than ever.
Yeah, we're still working. But it's good. I don't want to quit right now.
No.
I only want to quit just a few times a year. But we were talking about, they have such, for the most part, they've had really good co-parenting relationships. And my good friend, who they're getting the best version of both of them, they have the best co-parenting relationship. And then these people we met with last week, they actually go on vacation together and everything. I think that in the midst of divorce, if you can work towards that, that's like a huge thing. But I think it would be a good topic to have on. I would want to have like my one friend I'm talking about.
Mom, yeah.
Because, you know, she's really had to sacrifice her feelings so much to make that relationship work. Because if you're struggling in a marriage with somebody, it's going to be 10 times harder.
Or what happens is they meet someone new and then you have that opinion.
It's the other women always.
If like some woman was telling Ben about how to parent our kids, like,
well, you're the boss of Ben. That would be upsetting.
Like, that's my job. The wheels of the bus would be off. I'd be like,
but him being that personality, he wouldn't marry someone and have the say.
No, because
he would marry someone strong like you.
He would marry another
and she would have the say.
And then it would be hard.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why.
And we were talking this weekend about, remember, I was like so intrigued by your world. Because I was talking about, some of my cheerleaders were talking to me about how they go half and half. 2 days, you know, and how hard it is on them. Like when they forget something or if practice runs late. And
I was like, it's not that big of a deal. I did it my whole life, you know?
Yeah, and we were talking about that.
But I think where it can be hard is if you didn't have that and then you transitioned to that, where that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
Like, I never knew any different.
Yeah.
And a few people I knew that were divorced growing up, they had scenarios where they got to stay in one house. So I didn't see that a lot. But I do think that's a hard scenario thing too, that we don't really talk about that much. Mm-hmm. Or Teisha thinks it's not hard, but it's just different.
Well, I had a friend go through, his parents went through a divorce young. He was young, but it was a 2 week on, 2 week off schedule. So he was 2 weeks at his mom's, 2 weeks at his dad's, and he hated it because same thing, he would leave all his stuff. His dad's house was closer to the school. His mom's house was super far away. Like,
yeah.
And it was just, he was driving.
Well, and you never feel settled.
Yes. Never felt settled.
I feel like that when I go on, this sounds so tone deaf, but vacations. Like, even cheer, we had one last weekend, we have this one.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're leaving again. I got to get my suitcase out. But kids live in a suitcase.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And he didn't have, like, neither one felt like home.
Yes.
Because it was split evenly. Mm-hmm. And so he's like...
Yeah, that's hard.
Well, Teisha said her holidays were like that growing up, and that's why she likes being at home all day on the holidays.
Yeah, like
but I
now
think some of these things, if we could get opinions on or even have a kid talk about it, it would help you make that decision whether to stay or go. It's your own decision, though. You know, you got to do what's best for you. But if you do separate, I think it's important that you take the high road and try to make it the best for everybody. But if you're already struggling with communicating now, it's going to be that much harder. So I am even for like counseling, even
if you get a divorce. Yeah. How to navigate co-parenting.
Because it's hard.
But there is healthy.
It does.
There's healthy, like Chris, who used to be Ben's assistant, her and her husband got divorced. They stayed, like, same thing, really good friends. They went on vacation together. They even stayed in the same hotel room together, different beds, but like to visit their kid. He went to Tucson for college, and they'd go visit him for big events, and they'd share a hotel, and the kids turned out great because I think they always had a mom and a dad, not bashing, like supporting each other, loving. It was still like a family. I think that's what it's when there becomes a void. So I was talking to someone close to me who's they're going to be separating. And I was like trying to deter her from doing that. Because I was like, ooh, I don't think you understand what are you going to do when like you have to send your kid there and you're not going to have to say what goes on. Like that's going to really bother you. And I was just trying to make her
I think that's one of the things I would struggle with.
The full picture. And she was like, I know. But I was like, they live in another state and like she's from here. So I was like, are you going to stay there or move back? And she was like, no, I'm going to stay because like she needs her dad. And I was like, okay, that's good. Because like you can't just have all of a sudden when the kids I feel like get really messed up is when there's a void, you know?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I have seen too that drives me nuts about the divorce is a lot of the lawyers, I feel like from the outside, they lead you to believe that doing A, B, and C is going to get you C, D, and E, when really I don't think any of that ever happens. And they spend 60 to 100 grand in lawyer fees elongating this process because they think they're going to win more.
Right.
But everyone in Phoenix that rules, it's always like 50-50. No matter
Unless
what
there's problems.
They had private investigators following these guys. They were drinking and driving and they still couldn't get like it's crazy. So if you are going through a divorce and you're doing the lawyer thing, don't always listen to what they say.
Well, they make money.
They make money the longer it's drawn out. Just get to an agreement. Do the mediation if you can.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a good topic to talk about because we do talk so pro-marriage because we've both been through times in our marriages where we probably have thought about it and then worked through it, you know.
Well, and I come from divorce, so I know it's what it's like when you live at a bunch of different houses or step-parents, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't come from it, so I don't understand it.
Way better than me. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I just think that when you don't understand. Like even having my mom be without my dad now, it's not a divorce, but it's different.
Yeah.
Like you saw the other day, I can't say parents. Like there's just so many weird things about the losing your one parent. It's like the first time I've ever seen my mom without my dad. So it's different. It's kind of like a different thing.
Well, and they were so together. So
my parents were so...
Because I know some are not as much. So then it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's what I was talking to the mom yesterday about. She only has one kid, the baseball mom. We were talking about, because she was asking me about the podcast. And we were talking about, I was like, we're very pro-marriage, invest in your marriage, because, and then she goes, yeah, you know, their son, she goes, he had a sleepover this weekend, and it's the first time he had 2 sleepovers in a row, so he was gone the whole weekend, and she goes, and it was kind of like weird. Like we were, not weird, but she was like, we're just used to having our little buddy there, and we went on 2 date nights, and she's like, and it was like quiet, and I was like, yeah, and we were talking about how people get divorced once the empty nest, you know, and like how important it is to keep the focus, not the kids. And it was just like a whole thing. And she was like, yeah, my parents got divorced when I was a freshman. She's like, I was the youngest. As soon as I went to college, they got a divorce.
I think that's so hard when
Isn't
you're
that
older.
crazy?
I don't know what's easier. Because when you make it to a certain age, when I was like in 5th grade, I'm like, oh, they made it.
Yeah.
Like we're in.
Like you think like 20 years,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And to the later ones, Bonnie's had some friends that are like 35 years married.
And then they get a divorce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like feel like I can see it sometimes though. A lot of women, I hate to hit the women, but we always hit the women, but I think sometimes with the careers, they just go so balls to the wall. Me too. I think that's why I like can sense it so easily because I think it's a weakness of mine as well.
Yeah.
That am like, I don't need you. I'm not saying it's good. It's just something I deal with. That I like forget to sometimes make him always the number one. I'm like more independent.
Well,
I don't like depending on him.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to. I know.
Dana's
See, you're just
disagreeing.
like me. I know. I have a really hard time with it. But I find that I don't want to demasculate because of that. And I think I border that because I am so strong. Like, I want him to feel like the man, the it. But sometimes I think I'm the man. I don't, in a weird way.
Yeah,
Like, I'm like,
no,
I
yeah.
can do this on my own. I don't know.
And I think it's.
Do you have that too? Because I feel awful about it. I don't know what to do.
About it.
That's funny. But is your husband okay with it? See, I think Kyle's bugged by it sometimes. That's why I feel bad about it.
Well, I think if you just give
You know?
Kyle a little bit of a say in some things, because I think you kind of, like, he'll do something, you're like, oh, Kyle, and then you just do what you want to do. Like, not just, maybe give him a few bones. You know what I mean?
I know, but what bones? I give him those bones, but not like yeah, I know.
Not
I think
the vacations, because we need those.
Well, he's been better.
Yeah, maybe
I know.
the
I do think
parenting.
it's like
let him have more of a say with the parenting.
Yeah, maybe more of a
because he's
say.
more strict and she's more relaxed. But you're not relaxed. You still have rules. Like,
yeah,
he
it
just is
just
very
goes on and on sometimes about things.
Yeah.
I love him. He's gonna be like, thanks.
Ben does that too.
Yeah, but I think that's a man. Like the
and
more
it's
I look
good.
at it, I was looking
Yeah.
at some movie, and you know how like when you see old movies, you like remember old, like it used to be very more. The man had the say, and they are grouchy. I think most dads are grouchy.
Yeah.
My dad was always grouchy. My mom,
Yeah.
I would call him, and I would call the house line because you didn't have a cell phone, and I would ask for a sleepover, and I'd call, and my dad would answer, and I'd be like, hey, Dad, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing, what do you want? And I'm all, Dad, where's Mom? He's like, nope, you're not getting Mom, what do you want?
Yeah.
And then I was like, Dad, it's about my period. And he's like, oh, here she is. And I'd be like, Mom, can I go to Susan? She's like, sure. I'm like, love
Yeah.
you. And like, my mom did undermine my dad though, like a lot. Like she always was laid
Maybe
back.
that's why you do.
Maybe that's where I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom always undermined my dad, but I don't want my kids to do that.
I don't know what I do. I think I do.
I don't feel like you undermine him that much.
I
You
try
used to more.
Well, like last night, Ken does this thing where we're on our way to pick you up. And like sometimes I don't want to go up to the parents' door.
Yeah.
So Ben had a huge headache yesterday. We had a baseball tournament, so he had a migraine, and so I was cleaning. He was going to pick her up, and he goes, "I don't want to talk to the parents, so I'm going to call you when I get there."
Well, especially with the phones. I feel like now you can just
come
run out.
out. And so we literally were like on the way. It's 2 minutes away. And then he gets there, and she does this thing every time where she will not answer when you're calling to get out. And then you have to sit outside the house. It enrages us. I want to just like strangle her when I see her. And like she will sit out there for 5-10 minutes. And then she's like, sorry, I was on the trampoline. Why are you on the trampoline when we just said we're on our way? You should be out front. So she got in the car and he's like, your phone's gone. Like he was raging because he had a headache. So like she gets home and I'm all scrubbing the counter and she's all, Mama! And she was trying to, and he's yelling at her. It like came in like, and she was wanting me because she knows like I listen to her more, you know?
So what'd you do?
I backed him.
Good.
I was like, no, your phone's gone. And I'm all, what happened? You know, like I didn't even know
You
why.
did. See, I gotta do
Yeah.
better. I
She
gotta
was
do better
mad.
at that.
Well, I'm like,
I always back him to the kids.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
behind closed doors, I'm like, listen.
yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Well, actually, it's probably usually opposite. I'm a little more strict, but
Yeah.
And he backs you.
he backs me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I feel like we both could be better. Because sometimes I feel like he doesn't back me ever.
Yeah.
So I think we're both like fighting for that.
Yeah.
Like
You want the back.
Broxton likes to take a bath sometimes after baseball. Because we have a TV. It's really the part of it. I know it. There's TV. You take a bath, you watch TV. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Like I do it every night.
great.
So sometimes I'm like, I don't care if he takes a bath tonight. You know?
Yeah.
Kyle just thinks a boy shouldn't take a bath after age 10. You know?
Yeah.
So it just bothers him. And I could care less. I don't think it's a big deal. It's like the same fight over and over again. It's so stupid. So Broxton comes to me, Mom, do you mind if I take a bath? He's asking.
Yeah.
I said yes. He's getting naked to get in the bath. Why are you in? And it's like a level 10. Like, get out of here. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're undermining me. You should have said, did you say he could take a bath?
Yes.
And you should back me. But you undermine me and don't think twice about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I do it to you, it's 10 times, but it's rude.
Yeah, yeah.
Like now we're arguing in front of him because then it's like I don't have a say.
Right, and I have to back you, but you don't have to back me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we decided after baseball are the days he really wants to because he's tired.
Yeah.
So those 2 days he can take a bath. The other days he can't. But it's hard for me to back something that's stupid, and he doesn't always listen to me either because he is so like man. Like he thinks his say is always
Yeah.
like, and sometimes he doesn't. Like Broxton was asking to shower in our room for like a month. I'm going to get in trouble for this episode for sure. And he kept saying his shower wasn't working. And Kyle's like, you're making that up. Get down there. This is stupid. Literally for a month, he's getting yelled at every night. His shower wasn't working. Like Kyle wasn't listening to him. Like, because sometimes he doesn't listen, you know? So I'm like, but that's a dad thing, I guess.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, it's okay, you know? Like,
yeah, but like his shower wouldn't work and he's getting yelled at.
No, but yeah.
Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, just listen to him.
Yeah.
Get up and go check it.
Yeah.
And then yell at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah.
Parenting's hard. That's our hardest.
Yeah, Ben doesn't ever listen. I'm always like, listen, they're just trying to talk. And he's all,
Teisha and Ben have this thing. You guys haven't been doing listen as much.
listen. Yeah,
They always start with listen.
And then when when Ben says it to me, I want to just like take the gun. Like, I can't stand it.
I'm like, oh,
and
here we go.
Oh, God, the kids must just want to bang their head into the wall.
Because they're both like, listen.
Listen. And I'm all, oh, my God.
Like, can't be the cart. Listen.
Well, Ben has this thing where Bear can't cry at baseball. He gets very mad when he gets upset at baseball. And so Bear was the last one at bat. And we're in the final game, the championship. And it's the last, there's 2 outs, so like if he doesn't get a hit, we're gonna lose. And the pitcher threw 3 strikes and struck Bear out, and so we lost the game. So like that warrants being upset, and the pitcher goes, sit down. Like after Bear didn't, like the pitcher was a jerk.
Yeah.
And he goes, sit down, I struck you out. Arrogant. Yeah. So after Bear started crying, so Ben didn't want the pitcher to see Bear crying because they have to walk and give him high fives. Yeah. So Bear's crying and Ben's all, get it together, like screaming at him. And so we had a whole talk. I'm like, listen, maybe tell him, listen. Yeah, see? I go, maybe tell him, hey, when you get home you can cry. To me. And to Mom. But like at the field, don't give the guy the satisfaction of seeing you cry. You know what I mean? Like explain it instead of just, you can't cry, you know? Mm-hmm. It was like, oh my gosh. But yeah.
I'm going to work on things I'm going to work on this week. I'm going to work on supporting in public, discussing in private. What's so funny is I'm so good at cheer. Yeah. Like I never undermine Cindy. Like I'm like, let me talk to her. And then I let her yell, and then I'm like, hey, do you think we should? She's like, good idea. Like, okay. Yeah. It's like so easy. But I feel heard there too. Yeah. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm being heard too. Yeah. But maybe I want to be heard too much.
I'm feeling like you're heard, you know, at home. I think we're heard.
Really?
Yeah, totally. You're the boss. Yeah. I hope Kyle's listening.
He is listening, and he's going to yell at you. Yeah, but I feel like he's like, for example, the pool right now. We're not doing that till he agrees. Yeah. And I've said 500 times to do it. Yeah. Like, I feel like he very much is the boss. Yeah. About things. Certainly. I let him have the say. Yeah. You know, Maddie just texted me, he let her get sound check back. He didn't ask me. No. But I don't care. I let him have the say. Yeah. See? Here's things. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is really airing our dirty laundry, remember? Yeah. Teisha and I were going to start a podcast called Dirty Laundry. Yeah. We've really had the podcast on the brain for a long time. Well, it was like just airing it all out. Does anyone see those things? I want to be one so bad every day on Instagram. She's all, I bought this $15 million mansion being an affiliate. And I'm always like, sign me up. What am I affiliating?
I know. Is that real?
I don't know. But every time, I get it so much. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, we should be an affiliate for Skims on here. And for...
Is there only certain things you can be an affiliate for?
Yeah, like, you have to like sign up.
Yeah.
No, there's all kinds of things.
Like, you know when you go to their Like to Know It and then you click their link? Is that every product? Like Skims. Yes. You can make money off them buying Skims.
Yeah, but you have to agree. It has to be a contract.
Oh, really?
And it's through Like to Know It because that's siphoning people through there.
Yeah, so they get paid too.
So they get...
I gotta go though to help Regina.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go.
Okay, so next week.
Next week.
It's Sherry Beltramo.
Oh.
Sherry Beltramo is amazing. She's a strong Christian woman like Trisha. And
so I won't be cussing.
So
on that episode,
we want to talk to her about so many things. How she raised her kids, her marriage.
College-age kids, and they're successful.
And they have a nonprofit now.
And she's been married for a long time.
Yeah, she's a really incredible woman. Yeah. So we'll have her on next week. And it's going to be great.
We're so excited. Awesome. We like the older perspective. She's not old, but you know what I mean? Like, we're only 15 years in-ish. So, like, it's good to talk to someone 30 years in-ish, 35, you know?
Yeah. And she's adorable. Yeah. They did their marriage class.
She might only be 20 years.
Yeah. They've been in ministry for years and years. And they did a marriage class when Kyle and I first got married. And it's like the best marriage advice I've ever gotten was from that class. Like, I use so many of their
Ben
things.
and I did that too.
Yeah, and it's like the best. So marriage for sure. I want to talk to Sherry about raising kids the right way, or kids are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And just who she is. She's just has her priorities straight. And I struggle with that too. Let's talk about more things we struggle with today.
Yeah.
My priorities. I've gotten in trouble by so many people lately about my priorities. Yeah, Teisha, I got spanking.
For me?
No, you never get mad at me. Ever. She never ever gets mad at me about anything.
Except for the maps.
Yeah, but it's like a 2
I have a
second.
few simple
It's not like
things.
you ever, that's like, I'm not trying to sound so lesbian again, but that's one of my favorite things about you is like she always knows where my intentions are.
Yeah, I don't feel like...
Do you know what I mean? That's how my mom and dad were too.
Demand
They never like saw anything but wonderfulness. This is sounding very lesbian again. But like my mom always knew what my dad meant, even if he sounded awful. And I could be better about that with probably Kyle, but like she always knew he was good. She always knew his intentions were pure, no matter what.
Well, and I have this thing, like, I don't know what it is about me, but like I get annoyed about things in life. And I just very much have the ability to like choose to not let it bother me. It's really strange.
It's a blessing. Like,
Yeah.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's really weird because I can be just like, oh well, harbors it, and then he's like stewing over it, and then he's got to let it out. I truly can just be annoyed, and then I'm not annoyed anymore. It's really weird.
Yeah, that is. She is really good about that. That's something I hope to be better at. I feel like I've gotten way better.
Yeah.
But I still have some growth.
Yeah.
I get easily
Like
not
people
offended.
annoy me, not you. I'm saying just in general, people will annoy me, even
I
Ben.
annoy you.
But everyone. I'm saying like it can be anyone. It's not specific people. It's like anyone can annoy me, and then I just am like, oh well. And I really get over it. It's really weird.
It is weird.
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and I love Kyle.
Oh my gosh,
If he
I like
listens.
have full armpit sweat. I think I might need to like up the, I do the natural deodorant, but I think it's not working. I think I need
It's not supposed to stop you from sweating.
No, I know, but I'm feeling like this one is making, like I never have sweat stains, and I'm getting sweat stains.
Let's
but I
finish
got
the
a new one.
podcast.
Yeah.
And talk about
okay.
that. Okay.
If you're really struggling, please reach out to a qualified professional, because that's not us,
We're just here to share our journey.
and to make you laugh
And cry.
and pick your nose.
And touch your boobs.